Hi there, my name is Trevor Wicken, creator of the MS Gym. I created this online community so that people in the MS community can actually learn how to correctly, effectively, and safely exercise with MS for the purposes of slowing down the progression of MS. And we do that through a movement practice that literally retrains the brain how to work around the lesions, how to work around the demyelinated nerves, to teach your body new ways to move so that you can improve your strength, your coordination, your balance, your function, while reducing the symptoms of spasticity, contracture, loss of balance, and a number of other things. So you are on day one or part one of a series that I'm doing, a mini series that I'm doing on how to reduce spasticity through stretching. So today, what we're going to be working on is how to reduce spasticity in the feet, okay? Mostly in the toes. So with spasticity, what happens is that there's certain groups of muscles that are overactive and there's certain groups of muscles that are underactive. And when those overactive muscles contract and they hold on for dear life, you can't move because there's other muscles over here are so weak and they're not turned on either that they can't counteract that spasticity. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to start with our feet, because one of the major problems people have with their feet, whether it's an extensor spasticity or a flexor spasticity, is the foot actually drops into this plantar flexion and this toe pointing, and either your foot's either rotated in a supinated position or rotated out in a pronated position. So what we're going to work on today is the feet, because what we find is that instead of having a toe spread like that, most people with MS, when their feet go into spasm, their toes literally collapse in like this. And when your toes collapse in like this, you can't actually spread out your feet. You can't lift your toes. And if you can't lift your toes and your feet, you can't step forward. And if you can't step forward, you're going to have foot drop and you're also going to have balance issues, okay? So our goal is going to be to reduce the spasticity and stretch out those muscles that are causing the spasticity, and then do an exercise that is going to counteract the spasticity. Okay, so for your first exercise, what I want you to do is we're going to actually release the muscles on the bottom of our feet. We're going to massage those muscles and reduce these toe flexors, because a lot of times with MS, what will happen is that these muscles called your toe flexors will actually just curl up. Your toes will curl down, or your toes will actually collapse in, making your feet unable to spread, and they kind of shrink your toes down like that. And again, if you can't stretch your feet, one of the main functions of the toe lifters is to lift your foot and your ankle as well. They actually help out with what's called dorsiflexion. So if your feet are locked down and your toes are locked down, you're not going to be able to move. So what you do to start doing that is you're just going to find your medial arch of your foot, the lateral arch of your foot, and what's called your transverse arch of your foot. So you're going to take your thumbs, okay, take your thumbs like this, and you're just going to knead your feet. Okay, you're going to knead down that medial arch on the inside, and you will find some tender spots. If you find a tender spot, you just kind of want to hang out there and just kind of work that spot until it starts to get less tender, and then move on to another spot. So you're going to work about 30 to 45 seconds kind of down that medial arch, back up that medial arch, and find those spots that are tender on your feet. Okay, so that's the inside. Then you're going to do the same thing on the outside. So you find the ball of the pinky toe, and you're going to work that down, okay? So you're going to work down that transverse arch. Woo! I found some spots in there. And you'll notice that one side of your foot's a little bit more sensitive than the other, and that's normal, okay? And it's going to be based on your spasticity, what's going on. Now, quick disclaimer. See how my knee's bent like this? If you have a flexion spasticity, this may cause your muscles to go into spasm. So you may actually have to put that out a little bit out here, and you may actually have to lean forward and rub out the feet this way. You don't want to pull that leg way in, because you could set off spasticity in there. So go to a point that's not causing spasticity, hold those abs in, drop those shoulder blades, and then lean forward. Even though you're just releasing your feet, I still want you to have good core stability and posture so you're not slumping down like this. So sit up tall, turn this into a core exercise, okay? And then you're just going to go across from the ball of the big toe to the ball of the little toe and rocking through here, okay? So 30 seconds that way, all right? So once you have that medial massaged out, that lateral massaged out, and across the foot massaged out, or the middle of the foot massaged out, you're ready to get started on your first stretching exercises for toes. Okay, So with the stretching exercise for toes, now that we got these what are called toe curlers or toe flexors, now that those are actually released and calmed down, now we can work on the toe lifters. So we can work on the muscles that actually lift our toes up. So again, disclaimer, if you have flexion spasticity, you've got to get to a point that when you do this exercise, that you do not spaz out the hip and you do not spaz out the knee, okay? Now, the best way that I found to actually stretch this out is to do what's called a dynamic stretch of the toes, is you're just going to put your legs on here, okay? Again, now if you have extensor spasticity, you got to make sure that this isn't going to send you into spasm as well. If you have that, then just bend your knees a little bit or put something under your knees to prevent that extensor spasticity, okay? So once you get to the comfortable positioning for your spasticity, what I want you to do is sit up tall, and then all you're going to do is you're just going to pull your toes back. That's it. So you're going to keep your feet flat. So I want you to contact that wall. So I'm doing it this way so you can see me, but you typically want to have your feet against the wall, your heels against the wall, your feet against the wall, and I want you to feel the balls of your toes. So you got your big toe and your little toe, and all you're going to do is you're just going to pull those toes back, okay? And then you're going to relax. And then you're going to pull those toes back. And then you're going to relax. Now, the whole time you're doing this, abs are in, shoulder blades are down, and you can sit just like this too, or you can put your hands down and support yourself. So toes back and back down, toes back and back down. Notice I'm not using my ankles at all. I'm just pulling my toes back, okay? So you can see that. So pull my toes back and release, pull my toes back and release. Okay, so that's it. That's what I want you to do today for releasing spasticity in your toes, to get those toes spread, to get those toes lifting, and to start building your body up to be able to dorsiflex those ankles and get rid of that foot drop and that spasticity in your feet that can really mess up your balance, your walking, and throw your world completely off. So what I'd like you to do now, if you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to share this video, there's a spot down below that says share, where you can actually copy a link, or you can email a link to your friends, your family, those people affected by MS, and share this video, because I'm out to help a ton of people in the MS community, and I can only do that with the people in the MS community. And so if you can go share that video, that would be awesome, so we can reach more people.